y'all, welcome back to my channel. That's in the lounge room. It's your girl Lady J, of course, where I bring you latest and female rap tea as well as little bit of urban news. So before I get into this video, go ahead and do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and then hit that like button and lounge with your girl on Instagram and Twitter at Lady J Lounge Room. So let's go ahead and get into some things. So I first want to start off with some talk I've seen on Twitter, fans having in regards to Cardis Lawyers mentioning Nicki Minaj's name in Cardi's lawsuit against Doja Cat. So Cardis Lawyers are wanting to ask the jurors if they follow Nicki Minaj on social media. And you know, fans are clowning Cardi, calling her obsessed. But here's my thing, here's my 2 cents. Her lawyers should be doing everything they need to do for her to win this case because she is paying them to do that, and they need to do their job. And they need to do their part as best they can to make sure the jury isn't biased. But here's the thing, though. If her lawyers are asking jurors this, then Doja Cat needs to make sure her lawyers are also asking jurors, do they follow Cardi B on social media? But also, following someone on social media isn't always what fans do. Sometimes it's what haters do too. And if they are fans, who is to say that they are also not a fan of Cardi B? Because some people, believe it or not, like both rappers. Plus, they can easily say they don't follow her or just unfollow her and then after the case refollow Nicki. Then another scenario is even if they don't follow Nicki or aren't a fan of Nicki, who's to say that they even like Cardi at all? Shoot, some Nicki fans don't even have social media, so the question would be irrelevant. So I don't think asking jurors if they follow Nicki on social media is the best way to determine if they would be biased, but I mean, it can't hurt to ask. Like I say, Doja Cat lawyers need to be sure they ask as well. What I do find interesting is that Cardi steady finds herself being attached to Nicki Minaj in some form, even in a case that has nothing to do with Nicki Minaj, because this case is between what Doja Cat had said about Cardi, which is why Cardi is suing Doja Cat. Yet Nicki is being mentioned in the lawsuit because Cardi wants to be sure she doesn't get any barbs, and it just shows even more so the chokehold the barbs have on Cardi B, which also Nicki isn't guaranteed to not have any fans that are the jurors because she has almost 200 million followers on Instagram alone. But nevertheless, I do believe Cardi will win this case, though. I will give her that. It's the case with Jade I think she should probably worry about. So now moving on to Doja Cat, she dropped the visuals for her song Woman, which was a song on her latest album Planet Her. Now, I like the song. I don't love it, but I like it. Okay, it's straight, and I felt that way when I first heard the song when her album dropped. My favorite songs personally were Been Like This, Dream, Alone, Options, and Need to Know, more specifically her rap verses on those songs. But Woman is a nice song. Now, fans on Twitter are saying that the visuals to Doja's Woman video remind them a lot of Nicki Minaj's Ganja Burns from her Queen album. So much so that it was reported on Twitter by Nicki Data Page fan account that the views for Ganja Burns have increased significantly in the past 24 hours because of all the comparisons it was getting to Doja's video. In fact, if you go watch the Ganja Burns video after this video and filter those comments to the most recent comments, you will see people saying that they are here after seeing Doja Cat's Woman video. Now, I watched the video, and the theme of the Woman video is similar to Ganja Burns in some aspects, but many artists have used an African or an Egyptian theme before. I mean, look at MJ's Remember the Time. So neither of these women are the first nor the last. However, there is a particular scene or background used in the video that does remind you of Ganja Burns, and that's when her, Doja, and her background dancers are in the desert in those outfits, and the color of the burnt orange, smoky, dusty background. It was definitely given Ganja Burns in those scenes, but the rest of the video necessarily wasn't, in my opinion. But do I think Doja was inspired by Ganja Burns? Of course. She already admitted countless times that she is inspired by Queen Onika and that she has been a fan since high school, which there is nothing wrong with because I have too. I mean, go back and listen to some songs on her first album, Amala, like Cookie Jar, Roll With Us, Fancy. She has a flow and a cadence and animation similar to Nicki Minaj. Look at her album Hot Pink, which was inspired by Nicki. I mean, when I first heard Cybersex by Doja, her flow instantly reminded me of a combination of Nicki Minaj and Kendrick Lamar. Then look at Planet Her. She paid homage once again to Nicki on that song Get Into It Yeah by sampling Massive Attack and thanking Nicki at the end. So I mean, I believe Doja was inspired. What I don't believe though is that she was copying Nicki or straight up biting the Ganja Burns music video. But I definitely believe she drew inspiration from it because she has said multiple times in the past that she is a fan and that she is heavily inspired by Nicki Minaj. She said that in multiple interviews. Like the rest of these rap girls are inspired by Nicki Minaj too. Doja is woman enough to admit it and openly express in her music and visuals. Needless to say, Doja is definitely talented in her own right, in my opinion. Out of all of the new or recent mainstream rap girls in the past 4 to 5 years, like Cardi, Megan, Saweetie, and Lotto, Doja is the one that's winning. She has visuals. She's not a hater. She's a talented rapper and singer. And most of all, to me, she is a stellar performer. I have got to give her props for that. So moving on to the last topic, I want to talk about Miss Saweetie stalling her freshman album. So over the summer, Saweetie announced that she was going to Paris to finish her album, which was already finished. She was just going to Paris to touch up some songs. And, you know, the album is done because she dropped a random song called Icy Chain, which I'm hoping is not on the album because, again, in my opinion, I'm sorry, it is trash. I won't be twerking for no Icy Chain, Saweetie, okay? What I will twerk for is a few dollars, okay? But not no Icy Chain, I'm sorry. So her debut album, Pretty Be Music, was supposed to have dropped, like I said. Even when she was in Paris, again, she was just supposed to be touching up some songs on the album, but it's been complete. Now, it was announced on Thursday that she would be releasing a 7-track project called Icy Season that is dropping next month in January. Like, girl, just drop your album, okay? You already released 4 singles from your album, and 2 of those were released in 2020, which was Tap In and Back to the Streets. Best Friend was released almost a year ago come next month because she dropped that back in January of this year, and Fast Motion, that was just a flop. Like, why are you waiting until 2022? I mean, I understand being a perfectionist, especially for an artist and especially when releasing your freshman album, but girl, at this point, it's pointless to include Back to the Streets and Tap In and kind of even Best Friend at this point. Mainly Tap In and Best Friend. Or not Best Friend, but mainly Tap In and Back to the Streets, because those were released in 2020. But at this point, Best Friend is included too, because that was almost a year ago. And you talking about dropping an album in mid, like the middle of 22, it's like a tactic I've seen before already, and it irritates me. If she includes those singles on her album, it will automatically boost the sales because they count those sales from her singles and add it to the sales for her album. So I hate when artists do this. Like, she just drop the album and see how people genuinely take to it, like Summer Walker just did with Still Over It. She didn't have any singles months leading up to her debut album, okay? So why would you put 2-year-old songs on your debut album? It's pointless to me. That's like Cardi putting WAP and Up on her album in 2022. It's pointless. It would strictly be to increase the look and boost the streams of the sales. I like Saweetie when it comes to entrepreneurship and being a businesswoman, but the music, I just don't think it's for her, in my most humble opinion. While y'all trolls think I hate this woman, I don't hate or dislike her, but musically, she is just not doing it for me. But of course, let me know if you are looking forward to this new 7-track project from Saweetie called Icy Season. Again, it's not her album. She says it's to hold her fans over until the album drops, but at this point, it's looking like she's scared, to me, to release before the other rap girls, because, you know, Megan, Nicki, and Cardi are allegedly releasing their albums in 2022 also. But again, y'all let me know your thoughts and opinions on these topics. And remember to keep it cute in my comments, okay? Because this is my commentary, my opinion. You can let me know yours below though. So I look forward to reading your thoughts. Don't forget to give this video that thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And lounge with me on Instagram and Twitter at Lady J Lounge Room. I will see y'all in the next video, fam.